love, so this is going to be a super quick video on how to put on falsies. So I was told by someone who watched one of my videos that I probably should do it since I usually don't film me putting on falsies. I feel like it takes a little bit more time, but still, nonetheless, you guys need to be educated on it. So two things to remember is the band and the length. The thicker the band, the harder it is going to be to work with. So I always recommend starting with a thinner band. It's much more flexible and it's easier to correct mistakes. What I'm using today, since I'm going for a much more softer look, I'm going to be using a thinner band. A thinner band, and this is actually the ones by Ardell. These are the natural ones, and I'm using the 110, so it's missing here. I have it actually right here. No, can't really see it. So you can tell it's super soft, it's nothing crazy, but I really like it. I think it really extends the lashes so beautifully, and it just gives like a little extra touch. So first thing to start with is wiggling it. So you want to make sure that you're just kind of going back and forth and just like stretching it out and just making it a little bit more flexible. I really recommend when you have a thicker band doing this, because this will really help to go over your lash line a hell of a lot easier, because our lash lines are not like straight, they're multi-level because it's hair. You know, there's hair growing, there's lashes growing, and this needs to kind of fit along with it. So all I like to do is just kind of go back and forth and just kind of like loosen it up. Okay, so now that I am done kind of playing around with it and loosening it up, I'm going to make sure to measure the falsie against my own eye, because obviously all our eyes are completely shaped differently. Some are longer, some are shorter, and mine are much more shorter. So I'm making sure that I'm cutting it down so that it fits my eyelashes perfectly. I have a little bit less lashes in the inner corners of my eyes, so I like to make sure that the falsie does not reach that point, because one, it is very, very uncomfortable to have the falsies extend that far, and it just doesn't look as natural. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the lash glue, which is by Duo. It's the one that dries black. So I like to go in with a brush that I took from House of Lashes, because it makes it so much easier to apply to the falsie. So all I do is squeeze a little bit out, and then I just slowly take little bits at a time and begin to brush it against the band of the falsie until I have a nice thin line of glue that's even. And I usually tend to put a little bit more on the ends, because obviously those are like the parts that you really, really want to stick down. Okay, so once you finish applying everything on your falsie, it's important to let it dry. So I like to do my little happy dance and wait for the glue to become tacky, because if it's too liquidy, it begins to slip and slide on the lash, and then it is a nightmare to put on. When it's tacky, it just sticks, and it's so much easier to apply. So now that I've got it on there, I'm going to go in with the flat end of some tweezers actually, to make sure that it presses down into the part where the lashes are. So I want it, there's a kind of a nice little golden spot to put in where the lashes begin, and that's where you want to apply your falsie to. So it's where the lid ends and the lashes begin. So as you can tell, I let it dry too much and it didn't stick very well. So I have to reapply the glue and then let it dry again. Well, at least let it get tacky and then apply it back to the lid and lash line. So happy dances again. So again, back in with the flat end of the tweezers and making sure that it's pressed in and that everything is sticking to the lid and lash line. And that it's all there, because if not, it is a nightmare. So once I feel that it is securely on, I'm going to test it by flipping the lashes up to make sure that everything is sticking and that it's all just a part of one. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my mascara. The one I'm using is the Maybelline Rocking Volume. This is to make sure that my natural lashes blend perfectly with the falsies and that it all just looks like just gorgeous lashes overall. Then I'm also going to take the mascara and go over my lower lashes. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with a liquid eyeliner. This one's by Kat Von D and it is the Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. I'm just going over the lash line just to blend the falsie in perfectly with my eye currently. So this is it. This is how you do it. It's nothing complicated. Again, practice makes perfect to get it right. Even still, I mess it up and I had to start all over again. So again, start with the thin band and then work your way up to a thicker band and you'll get the hang of it. I know for me, I like to use my hands more than like a tool. Some people like to use like a tweezer-like tool to put them on. Try them both out, find out what you're most comfortable with, and you'll find your flow. So I really hope this was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me at Themakeupphase. Bye loves. Mwah.